If you've spent literally any time in a boardroom, sat through a vendor pitch, or even just scrolled through job descriptions lately, you have absolutely heard the terms artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. Welcome to this video. More often than not, people just throw these terms around completely interchangeably, like they're all exactly the same thing. But here's the truth, they really shouldn't be. Each one of these terms describes a very different scope and a totally different capability. And honestly, knowing the exact difference isn't just about sounding smart in a meeting. It literally changes how you evaluate software tools, how you vet vendors, and how you set the technical requirements for your entire business. So today, we are going to lay out a crystal clear framework to tell them apart once and for all. Think about the last software presentation you sat through, when that vendor excitedly promised an AI-powered solution. Were they actually selling you genuine machine learning? Or was it just a basic set of handwritten rules dressed up with fancy marketing? Or, when your HR team puts out a job ad for a deep learning expert, do they actually need one? Or are they just trying to build a standard everyday predictive model? Because using the wrong terminology can lead to buying the absolute wrong tools or hiring the wrong people. Okay, let's dive into this and totally demystify the terminology so you can navigate your next technical meeting with total confidence. To picture how these technologies actually fit together, I want you to imagine a set of nested circles, kind of like a Russian nesting doll. Artificial intelligence is the outermost umbrella. It's the biggest circle and it contains everything else. Machine learning is that middle circle, a subset sitting completely inside AI. And then deep learning is the center circle. It's an even smaller, highly specialized subset sitting completely inside machine learning. To truly grasp the differences here, we are going to zoom in layer by layer, starting from the broadest concept and working our way right down to that most specialized core. All right, let's start our journey with that outermost circle. Section 1, the broad AI umbrella. So, artificial intelligence is really the overarching scientific field, the broad goal of creating systems that emulate human reasoning, learning, and problem solving. It's basically the overarching concept of making computers act smart. But there is a massive historical distinction within this broad category that trips almost everyone up. Here is the core fact that causes so much of the confusion you see today. Not all AI actually learns. Seriously, to really understand AI, you kind of have to split it into two camps. On the left side, we have rule-based AI. Think of this as a good old-fashioned AI. This relies on programmers physically sitting down and writing thousands of strict, if X happens, then do Y rules. Even a simple tax calculator is technically a form of this. Or consider the famous Deep Blue chess computer. You remember that? The one that beat the world champion Garry Kasparov back in 1997? Deep Blue was absolutely brilliant, but it didn't actually learn how to play chess. It just evaluated millions of possibilities based on rules written entirely by humans. Now, on the right side, we have modern learning-based AI, where the system actually finds the rules all by itself from raw data. And, well, that brings us directly to our next circle. We are moving right along into the middle circle now. Section 2, Machine Learning, the Method. This middle circle, this represents a massive paradigm shift in computer science. Machine learning is a specific subset of AI where the computer is absolutely not explicitly programmed for every possible scenario. Instead, it uses statistical algorithms to actively learn patterns from historical data so it can make predictions. So, rather than writing the rules for the machine, we just program the machine to learn the rules itself. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how a machine actually learns. Let's look at a really practical workflow you probably rely on every single day, your email spam filter. It generally follows a four-step cycle. Step 1 is data ingestion. You feed the system, say 100,000 historical emails, and you label some as spam and some as safe. Step 2 is the training phase. This is where the magic happens. The algorithm searches for mathematical patterns, like figuring out that emails containing the words lottery winner right next to a sketchy link are highly likely to be spam. Then we hit step 3, the testing phase. Here you give the model brand new, completely unseen emails just to verify its accuracy, make sure it's working right. And finally, step 4 is inference. That's when you actually deploy the trained model to automatically filter your inbox in real time. Now, within machine learning, there are basically 3 main approaches you really should know about. The first is supervised learning. This is where the algorithm is trained on very clearly labeled data. For example, feeding a system photos that are explicitly labeled as either cat or dog so it can learn to classify future photos. It has a supervisor, basically. The second is unsupervised learning. Here, the algorithm is just handed messy, completely unlabeled data and asked to find hidden structures all on its own. A great business example is an e-commerce site clustering customers who happen to have similar buying habits, even if you didn't explicitly group them beforehand. Finally, there's reinforcement learning. This one is pure trial and error. The algorithm literally earns a mathematical reward for making good decisions. Think of an AI learning to walk in a physics simulator. It falls down, gets penalized, tries again, and eventually figures out how to balance. Ultimately, machine learning is the exact technology that allows Amazon to magically recommend products based on your past purchases, or how your bank instantly flags a fraudulent credit card transaction. All right, now let's zoom all the way into the innermost center circle. Section 3, Deep Learning, the Advanced Engine. Deep learning is the highly specialized, super advanced engine that is pretty much single-handedly responsible for the massive AI boom we are living through right now. Yes, it is a subfield of machine learning, but its architecture is incredibly unique and just incredibly powerful. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how deep learning mimics biology. It's built on things called artificial neural networks, which are loosely inspired by the interconnected neurons in your own brain. Data enters through what's called an input layer. Then it passes through multiple hidden layers, and by the way, having lots of these layers is exactly what makes deep learning deep. It's like a giant puzzle. If you're building a facial recognition system, the first hidden layer might just look for basic edges and shadows. The next layer takes that information and recognizes shapes like eyes or noses. The final layer puts it all together to identify a specific face before passing it to the output layer. And to correct its mistakes while it learns, it uses a complex mathematical procedure called backpropagation. Basically, it adjusts the importance of its internal connections after every single guess until it gets highly, highly accurate. Now, a logical question might be, why wouldn't a business just use deep learning for everything if it's so powerful? Well, because the requirements are drastically different. Traditional machine learning actually works beautifully with a moderate amount of structured data. Think nice, neat spreadsheets or organized databases. And it only requires moderate computing power. Deep learning, on the other hand, absolutely relies on colossal amounts of raw, unstructured data. We're talking millions of high-resolution images, massive video files, or terabytes of recorded human speech. To process all of that heavy, unstructured data through all those deep hidden layers we just talked about, it requires exceptionally high computing power, specifically from very expensive, powerful GPU chips. Which naturally brings us to the elephant in the room, Section 4, where generative AI fits. If AI, ML, and DL are the foundation, where do all these incredible new buzzwords we're hearing today actually fit into our nested circles framework? Well, the answer is that generative AI tools, and specifically large language models, or LLMs, sit firmly inside that center deep learning circle. An LLM is simply a specific type of deep learning model. It's built on a neural network architecture called a transformer. Because it has been trained on literal terabytes of human text, it processes language through those incredibly deep neural layers to basically just predict the most logical next word in a sequence. So when you use tools like ChatGPT or Claude to write a really human-sounding essay, summarize a long document, or even generate computer code, you are directly interacting with a highly advanced deep learning model. Let's move to and see how this builds into actual practical strategies for your business. Section 5, choosing the right tool. Understanding the definitions is great, sure, but as a working professional or a manager, the real value comes from actually matching the right technology to your specific data types and your business needs. This right here is basically a simplified decision matrix, and it shows you exactly when to evaluate a vendor for a specific task. If you're just looking for simple automation, general problem solving, or maybe a rule-based expert system that doesn't even need historical data, you are looking for a standard AI solution. Don't overcomplicate it. Now, if your company has moderate amounts of structured, tabular data, like clean sales records in a database, and you want to predict prices, build a product recommendation engine, or detect customer churn, traditional machine learning is definitely your most efficient and cost-effective bet. But if you need to analyze massive amounts of messy, unstructured data, like instantly translating human speech, recognizing tiny defects in complex factory images, or deploying those large language models we talked about, well, then you absolutely require deep learning and all the heavy computing power that comes with it. So, the crucial point is this. We've got to stop mixing up the terminology. If you take absolutely nothing else away from this video, please memorize these 3 golden rules to use in your next professional setting. Rule 1. If the system is smart but relies entirely on strict human-written rules, just say artificial intelligence. Rule 2. If the system actively looks at historical data to find patterns and improve its predictions without being explicitly reprogrammed, say machine learning. And Rule 3. If the system is specifically using multi-layered artificial neural networks to process massive, complex, unstructured data sets like human speech, high-res images, or creative writing, say deep learning. Understanding this nested hierarchy completely changes the game. It literally stops you from buying a wildly expensive deep learning supercomputer when a basic machine learning algorithm would do the trick just fine. And it helps you cut right through the marketing hype of vendors who just slap the AI label on simple, outdated software. I want to leave you with a question to really reflect on today. Think about your own workplace right now. Which of these three terms does your company use the most? And based on what you've learned in this video, are they actually using it accurately? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please share your experiences in the comments below. Thanks for watching and keep learning.